welcome again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for the online MPH Advanced GPA overview. So this will be presented by me. Here you see the admissions team. We are a small team of two. We are tiny but mighty. And at the very top, this is Elise Rudolph, Director of Online Admissions and Recruitment. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to attend the session, so I will be presenting today on her behalf. Below is myself, Stephanie Nguyen, Online Education Recruitment Manager, and together we work to support you with learning more about the program, familiarizing yourself with the different concentrations, and most importantly, helping you throughout the admissions process. So we are here for you start to finish. And so we're excited to work with you. We're excited to have you here. The agenda today will cover introductions, purpose of the Advanced GPA Calculation Workshop, calculation sheet, examples, and walkthrough. We'll also close out and have a Q&A. The purpose of the advanced GPA calculation is that it's a big picture definition that calculates all coursework taken for a letter grade after the first 2 years of college and up to the conferral date of your bachelor's degree. So this includes coursework taken at community colleges if used as transfer credits. In addition, I should also add that in some cases, you might even use study abroad courses. Now, keep in mind that this is only for your bachelor's and not to be used for any other level of degree earned. And how is this information used by the committee? The advanced GPA sets the 3.0 GPA prerequisite for admission. So this is a way for us to better understand your academic journey. And if you do not meet this prerequisite, we strongly suggest that you should still apply. I would encourage you to reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information at the end, and you'll also receive these slides. So the first thing you want to do is download the worksheet. This is the example of the worksheet that we use ourselves. So there's many ways to find this. We will send this out in the slides. You can also find this by searching on our public health page. Just type in Advanced GPA Calculation Worksheet and it will appear. Now the overview of instructions, points to emphasize are we don't want you to depart from the formulas listed below, as this is set by the graduate division. So what that means is these credit units are attached to a letter grade. So if it's A plus or A, then that would total out to 4.0. When filling out this worksheet, if you have a letter grade of A, you do not want to change the formula to a 2. Keep in mind that this is set for you by letter grade. So A plus or A being the highest at a 4.0 mark, and F being the lowest earned unit at 0. In some cases, you may have quarter transcripts, and if that's the case, you have 2 ways that you can determine the conversion. One way is to multiply your quarter units by 2/3, and that will equal the semester units. So for example, 4 quarter units would convert to 2.67 semester units. I also have linked a cheat sheet. So in these slides, you will be able to see a quick conversion chart if you prefer to use it that way. If all of your units are of one type, converting is not required, using the following grade point per system below. Now, getting into the fun part, assessing your transcripts. So before you calculate your advanced GPA, ask yourself, these are very important questions to ask and to locate. Check to make sure your transcripts has the most current information and includes the following: the institution name, your name, degree and confer date, award type, major concentration, description of course, terms attempted and earned units, grade received and points, and GPA information. This is very critical to your transcript as this gives us detail of who you are, where you've studied, what level of study, what grades you earned. So it's very straightforward in this sense of having that information there. But it's also critical because this is used towards your calculation. To continue, you want to ask yourself, does your transcript include other coursework from other institutions? So usually you can locate this at the very top of your transcript. So here you can see on my screen, it says transfer credit from Golden West College here. So that means that this student attended another college. So we would need an individual transcript copy from that school as well. Always keep in mind that if you've attended another institution, we need a single individual transcript from that institution. The only time you would use the same transcript is if your school district had multiple colleges. So for example, in the Bay Area, we have the Peralta School District, and they oversee a few colleges throughout the East Bay. So we have Laney College, College of Alameda, um, Samuel Merritt, and so forth. So because they would issue one transcript from any of those colleges, you would only need to use one. But if you went to school outside of the school district, such as City College of San Francisco, they are not affiliated. So if your school is not affiliated with another institution, you would need to submit an individual transcript copy. And the reason why this is important is details from other institutions may not reflect on your conferred transcript. And we want to make sure that when we calculate this, we have it as accurate as possible. We don't want to miss any information that you have completed and it's not considered for. So preparing your calculations, it's getting more exciting. So you want to collect an individual transcript from all the undergraduate programs that you've attended. You'll organize your transcripts by academic term and year of enrollment. So a term would mean fall. In some cases, if you're on a quarter system, you would include winter, spring, and summer. So to differentiate that again, usually when you're a semester-based program, you are enrolled in a fall, spring, summer program. But on a quarter-based system, it would be fall, winter, spring, and summer. You also want to locate where your academic coursework begins. And again, that is the first college course that you ever took, because then you will chronologically gather your transcripts together and calculate it from a chronological order. Your calculation will begin after the first 2 years of college and up to the conferral date of your bachelor's degree if you consistently enrolled in a minimum of 9 or more units each term. Now, in some cases, you may have taken large gaps or you may have taken less than 9 units. So it's a little bit inconsistent of your enrollment. But if that's the case, it is best to locate the first 60 earned GPA units and start there. So you have two ways that you can calculate this. If you had consistently been enrolled in undergraduate school as a full-time student, or maybe 9 or more units, so fall, spring, maybe you took a break in summer, that's okay, but typically fall and spring, you're always consistently enrolled, then I would suggest that method. But if you had large gaps, go with the 60 unit. Calculating your GPA. So this example showcases a student that has decided to jump 2 years ahead. The beginning of their undergraduate record begins in fall of 2013. So we're following the instructions of listing the coursework taken after the first 2 years of college. And that means after fall of 2013, jumping to 2 years, and that would total, so that's 1 year here from fall 2013 to fall 2014. And then now it makes 2 years from fall 2013 to fall of 2015. So this is where we begin to calculate all of the coursework. Anything that falls within the range of fall in 2015 onward for the student, you would include the coursework there. How to convert GPA units and calculate more than one school. So in most cases, many students have attended more than one college, and that's completely normal. So what you'll do is you'll gather your transcripts and place them in chronological order so you can find the beginning of your undergraduate record and see where you took your first class. So in this case, we see that they do have transfer credits. So that's something that indicates they'll need an additional transcript. But we'll look at the beginning of the undergraduate record. You want to locate your first term and year of your first college. For them, it began in fall of 2014. And let's take a look to see if they were consistently enrolled in school. So I do see that they have been enrolled, nothing too out of the ordinary. So I think in this case, we can go ahead and calculate any coursework from fall of 2016. So we'll include all the coursework that we see here from this, and it looks like spring 2019 was a part of their range. So we'll include these classes as well. So I jumped ahead a little bit, but in step 2, you want to locate the term and year or the units closest to 60 units after the first 2 years from the beginning of your academic coursework. So if I were to start here, when I have no credit units just yet, I'm starting out and I need to look to see, what is the closest to 60 units. If you look here, this is the closest to 60 units. So that means I will also, again, start in fall of 2016. So you have 2 ways that you can look at this. So step 3, you'll input any coursework that falls within the range of step 2 to your conferred date into your worksheet. So in this example, the range is fall of 2016 until spring of 2019. And the exciting part, we plug and play. So you are going to take the worksheet that we use, input the institution in chronological order. This is why the transcripts are very important, because it allows you to plug everything in order of classes taken. And it's the school's name, the term that you've completed, the course number, the grades that you received, and the units that are attached to it. So this part is already completed for you when you complete this here. So that's very critical that you do it correctly so you can get the most accurate GPA. And this would total out at the bottom here. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a conversion chart. So if you were on a quarter-based program, what you would do is you would take the quarter units and you would convert it and use the conversion number to place in your worksheet. So I should have an example just down the road. So remember, there is a mathematical difference between quarter and semester units. So if you attended both quarter and semester schools, you will need to convert your units. And it's best to convert the units that require the least work. So if your transcripts primarily are semester units, convert them to quarter units. It makes it easier for you. And we will have this chart, so we will be able to double check. The nice thing about the advanced GPA is that it is seen by multiple teammates. So if there's any discrepancies, if we're unable to fix it, we will reach out to you and let you know exactly what you need to do to ensure that you submit the correct calculation. We're always here to support you. And this, again, just supports consistency in the evaluation of your academic records. The quarter system typically includes fall, winter, spring, and summer. The semester systems include fall, spring, and summer. So it doesn't include winter. And as promised, here's an example of how to convert the units. So here I can see that they earned a letter grade of A, and the units attached for a 1-unit course is 0.67. So I put, instead of 1, I converted it here. 2.67 means that the class they completed was a 4-unit course. So let's jump back here and we will see the units underneath here. So as you can see, it's 4 units, 3 units, 1 unit, and that would be converted there. So closing remarks, you want to organize your transcripts and list them in chronological order of attendance. This worksheet will be reviewed by our admissions team and we will guide you throughout the process. So if there was corrections that are needed to be done, we will reach out to you. The advanced GPA worksheet can be found on our website. This can also be found on our slides that we will be sending out to you. and know that we are here to help. So send us an email at online.mph@berkeley.edu. And keep in touch with us. Follow our events. We have different kinds of workshops for graduate writing sessions, info sessions, and we'd love to see you there. So thank you so much for taking the time to review this, and I hope that this was helpful.